Sony RX100 III Review. Design. Sony doesn't veer much from the tried and tested design of the earlier RX100 models. The RX100 III continues to look classy with its all-black plastic and metal body. The biggest changes are the inclusion of an electronic viewfinder, EVF, in the body and the exclusion of the hotshoe. Other bells and whistles introduced RX100 II, including the tiltable LCD screen and pop-up flash, are retained in the RX100 III. The RX100 III isn't very light, weighing approximately 290 grams including the battery and storage card. It isn't super compact either, with dimensions of 101.6 x 58.1 x 41 mm. But for the power it packs, these numbers are almost unbelievable. The camera will fit easily inside a loose pants pocket. The large Zeiss lens protrudes from the front and looks rather imposing. The back is dominated by a 3-inch tiltable LCD screen. To the right of the screen is a bevy of control buttons for movie recording, function selection, menu navigation, and image reviewing. The control wheel fits bang in the center of these buttons. The left edge has a lanyard hook and EVF pop-up switch, and the right one has another lanyard hook and flaps hiding the HDMI and Micro-USB ports. The compartment for the battery and the memory card along with the tripod socket hole are on the bottom, as expected. Features and specifications. Let's dive into the part where Sony puts all other compact digital cameras to shame. Inside the RX100 III is a 1-inch exmor RCMOS sensor. Take that, all you 1/2.3-inch sensors. The Zeiss RX100 T* lens has a focal length of 24 to 70 mm. This means that it can capture a very wide canvas, but on the other hand Sony has made a compromise on the telephoto end. A good 30 mm has been shaved off. The RX100 III can capture images at 20.1 megapixels. It uses the new Bionic X processor, which can also be found in the higher-end Sony RX100 and in the A7 mirrorless camera. There is no internal memory, but the Sony supports a truckload of storage media types, including memory stick duo and micro SD. There are a ton of shooting modes, apart from manual, including superior auto, intelligent auto, program auto, aperture priority, shutter speed priority, manual exposure, memory recall, 1,2,3, movie mode, program auto, aperture priority, shutter speed priority, panorama, and scene selection. Additionally, there are many scene modes as well for those who want to get a little creative. With respect to connectivity, the RX100 III can connect to a smartphone via the now common Wi-Fi Direct option, but this is really cumbersome to configure. Once paired, you can use the PlayStation Memories app on a smartphone to control the camera and see the photos you've taken. Thankfully, the camera also allows for pairing to compatible devices using NFC. This is a much easier method, though unfortunately iOS devices don't use NFC. The LCD is tiltable and that adds to the versatility of the RX100 III. There is an ugly bezel around it which isn't uniform in width on each side. The 1,228,800.TFT LCD screen display is crystal clear with great colors, and is quite legible in sunlight too. On the other hand, viewing angles take a hit since the screen is very reflective. Sony goes berserk with the box contents. Apart from the camera, there is a huge manual, a micro-USB cable, a charger, a 4GB memory card, and an HDMI cable. We wish that Sony had also provided a carry case, which we consider essential. Performance and software. To date, this is the best camera we have tested in our lab. The RX100 III wowed us with its performance in our ISO test. Noise started creeping in only at ISO 6400. Even at ISO 12800, the camera's processor managed to smooth out images. As long as one doesn't use photos at 100% of their size, almost all the ISO levels work well. Take a look at the samples below to see for yourself. For all practical purposes, the intelligent auto and superior auto modes work really well, but the whole point of buying such a camera is to use the controls it offers, which are comparable to those of a DSLR. We'd suggest users play with the options available in the manual mode for good low-light photographs. Just ensure that subjects are not in motion, since the optical image stabilization is not very good. Thanks to all the features this camera offers and its power-packed processor, battery life takes a hit. In fact, it was worse when we used the EVF than when we used the LCD. We suggest carrying an extra battery pack during trips. Verdict: the rather high price tag of Rs 54,990 puts the Sony RX100 III in a bit of a weird spot. It is easily one of the best compact cameras available, but its equally attractive predecessor, the RX100 II, sells for a shade below Rs 36,000, which is very appealing. For those who are not concerned with portability, a full-fledged DSLR could be a much better bet. However, professionals who already own high-end equipment might find the RX100 III a good investment for times when they don't want to deal with the bulk or don't want to compromise on the quality of even quickly captured images. The Sony RX100 III is a no-brainer for us to recommend to anyone with huge cash reserves, as long as they understand the differences between this camera and more mainstream compacts which offer far better telephoto capabilities and possibly even a hotshoe for attaching an external flash or microphone. In any case, the RX100 III is a great camera and is a worthy addition to the RX100 series. We give Sony 2 thumbs up for creating a great camera which is pocket-sized yet powerful. Price: Rs 54,990.